Again, we apologize for technical difficulties. So we're back. Marco Joseph on the mound. Kelly at bat. All right, that's going to be a ball. Again, Amityville giving up 2 double home runs as they're down currently 17-0 to Shoreham Wading River in the 6th inning. We're hoping to see some more Amityville baseball action, hopefully some runs scored, because that would put a smile on the seniors' faces as that's a walk as a runner will go around and score. Bases are loaded. 18-0 the score here.
And right now, you know, Coach Zeider wants one thing. He wants Joseph to throw strikes, have Shoreham Wading River put the ball in play, and let his fielders make the play behind him so that they can get out of this inning into the bottom half.
Here's a pitch, and that's a ball. A little wide on the wind up, but hopefully a strike comes. 0-1 the count. The pitch, strike. The 1-1. Encouragement from his coach. Here's a pitch, and it's a ball. 2-1 the count.
Marco Joseph, the senior, getting some action on the mound. Not too much experience on the pitching rubber. Probably enjoying himself out there.
The pitch, it's a bit upstairs. 3-1 the count.
I think sometimes you can tell the inexperience where it looks like he's taking a little off what he's capable of throwing because he's trying to get it over the plate, where he really should just probably rear back and fire, but that comes with experience.
And the pitch, it's going to be 4-1, another walk, another score, 19-0.
And this is the last thing that you want to see. The Warriors want nothing more than to get out of this inning. And really, Marco Joseph just has to throw strikes. He's not out there to be the ace. He's not out there to close out a game. His job is to just let Shoreham Wading River make contact and let the fielders do the work.
Got a lot of contact being made, a lot of walks, however. If they want to score, they're scoring here. And that's another ball.
So the freshman Steele had come in last inning and drew a walk, and now actually the catcher, Bose, is back in the ball game. Bose on the day today is 2 for 4.
As that's a 2-0 count, another ball. Both pitches almost narrowly hitting the batter.
No one warming up for Amityville, so this is Joseph's game.
And he ducks down low for that one. 3-0 count.
Bo's looking down at third base coach for a sign, and he basically just says, come on, let's go.
Here we go. Joseph. And that's another walk, another score. 3 straight walks, 3 straight scores.
Last game, the Warriors lost 23-0, so we're starting to enter that territory. But that really doesn't tell the story of this game today, as the Warriors played very well through the first few innings, at least defensively. But now they're having trouble getting out of this one. Marco Joseph trying to find the strike zone.
Finally a strike for the senior.
Coach Willie probably wanting his players to swing at anything close at this point. Shoreham, look, they have a lot of baseball ahead of them.
And finally some contact, pop fly up, and it's fielded by Derek, who was playing first base. The first out of the inning.
And that's all you need to do. Let them swing away, let them make contact. Bases are still loaded, so Amityville's in a jam here. But like I started saying before, Shoreham wants to get out of this too. They don't want to worry about injuries or anything like that. They have another game against the Warriors, and they want to gear up and get themselves set for the postseason. So now it's about go up there, anything close, swing, put the ball in play, and see what happens from there.
All right, especially with a bunch of hit-by pitches. Here's the ball.
Good block by Patrick Abate. Joseph alertly starts moving towards home plate. I don't think at this point that the Wildcats would try to steal home with a 20-0 lead.
That would be extremely unsportsmanlike, but
But the fundamentals, that's what you do. You run and cover the plate.
1-1 count. Oh, okay. And the pitch. 1-2 count.
Perfect. This is what Coach Zider wants. This is what Joseph needs, and this is what Shoreham. It's good for them too. You know, it's I don't want to say it's batting practice, but get up there, be aggressive, put the ball in play.
Here we go. The pitch. Upstairs and no steal attempt to be made, but the runner is deemed safe.
So Abate makes a good stop and takes a shot down towards first as the runner was leading pretty far. The ball ends up getting past Derek Willenbrock at first base. Good backup by the right fielder. And Shoreham Waiting River showing really good sportsmanship and choosing not to move up on the play.
2-2 count. Drive upside and nice catch for the second out. For the third out. And that's the end of the inning. All right, 20-0 after a couple walks and a couple scores. 3 of them actually. Coming from Marco Joseph, who replaced Jay Luciano on the pitching side. And now we come out to see Amityville take the offensive side, trying to get some runs, trying to get some hits up on the board, and leave their senior night feeling accomplished that, hey, we went out there, we had fun, and we put some points on the board.
Real quick meeting by Coach Zider and his squad as Amityville came off the field. And I'm sure the message here was, all right, I mean, you know the situation. You're probably not coming back and winning this game, but you have the top of the order coming up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's time to get some hits, time to put some runs on the board and walk out of here with your heads held high with a little bit of pride. And if you look at the Warrior bench, you know, despite the score, there's some smiles on some guys laughing it up and having a good time seeing Marco Joseph getting a chance to pitch there, something he's not normally, you know, in position to do. And now the Warriors have to back him up. They need to try and get something going here. So far on the day, Amityville has just 2 hits. One came from Trevor Grand from way back in the 1st inning, actually the first pitch of the ball game. And Henze with the only other base hit for the Warriors, a base hit to left field. He would end up moving as far as second base on the steal. The Warriors did have a runner in the 1st inning. It was Graham who made it all the way to third base, but that's the closest they've gotten today to scoring, putting a runner on the board. So now we'll see if the top of the order can come through as James Laval ends up going to the mound. Actually, I take that back. It looked like he was. But no, it's still Jason Fioto who's on the hill is going to try to close this one out.
Jason Fioto getting more time than their starter, Santa Maria.
And I think you addressed this earlier. That's probably because they're trying to save his arm with the postseason coming up.
And number 15 coming in for Amityville. 1-0 count.
Who is that? Hitting. I don't know. I don't have the
0-2.
numbers, I just have the names.
Wong Schultz at the plate. 0-2 count. And he got contact. Went towards first. And gets there. Another base hit for Amityville as Sang Wong Schultz makes it to first. On the air by the third baseman.
Yeah, that'll go down as an E5. Good hustle. Listen, that was almost a bunt swing. And Wong Schultz was hustling the whole way. As a lefty, it's a little quicker to first base out of that left-handed batter's box as he came in to pinch hit for Graham, whose night might be over. But an error on the third base, and give credit for the hustle by Schultz.
Another good play inside by Gutierrez, no, by Gran, and we have another base hit as Trevor Grand brings it to first base.
Oh, did I miss something? Oh, I did. Crap, I screwed up. My bad.
All right, Patrick Abate at the plate. That's strike one, 0-1. Patrick Abate hasn't had a hit yet. Strike two,
So
0-2.
I have to apologize. So it was actually Slack who was pinch hit for by Wong Schultz, who gets on with the swinging bunt that the third baseman made the error on. And then Graham gets his second hit of the day.
Patrick Abate, 1-2 count on the ball.
Abate 0 for 2, grounded out to shortstop and struck out back in the fourth. He would love to get his hit in what could be his final at bat here in Amityville.
And got him looking. Wait, 2-2. My apologies.
Abate didn't like the call. That's that low strike, but in fairness, it's been called all game.
That's upstairs. Full count, 3-2 for Patrick Abate. Could he walk? Could he strike out? That's the next question on everyone's mind. Here's a pitch. And that's going to load the bases for Amityville, surprisingly, with only one out. With actually no outs for Amityville. This is gonna be a surprising turnout of events for Amityville, as they have bases loaded, no outs here in the 7th inning.
I'm sure Abate would have loved to have gotten a hit, but to get on base one more time, it has to be a thrill. Let's see if the Warriors can get a run across the plate.
Here we go. Hendy, some good contact. Up, and it lands as Sam Wong Schultz will go to score, and bases are currently loaded.
So the out is made at second base, an interesting play. So that pop-up ended up falling in no man's land just beyond the outfield grass, and I'm actually a little surprised that the umpires didn't call an infield fly rule on that play, because had they done that, it would have protected the runners. But moving to second base, trying to advance on that, Patrick Abate had no chances. The force play was made easily, but nonetheless, the Warriors are able to get an RBI out of that. Henzy getting the run home.
Here we go, Fields. 0-1. As Henzy attempts to steal.
Fields getting his first at-bat today, hitting for Gutierrez. Gutierrez struck out looking twice earlier in the game. What?
As Grand attempts to steal home and is called out. Good attempt. Called safe at home. It's 2-0 for two runs for Amityville, 2-20.
So Fields gets a sacrifice fly. Really good play by the right fielder Logan, trying to get the runner scoring on the play, but safe in plenty of time. So the Warriors put 2 across the plate this inning, and they have to be feeling pretty good about themselves.
Joseph, at bat, looking to capsulate on some of that mojo. And the steal, and he's out. All right, at the end of the inning, 2 runs scored for Amityville. Sam Wong Schultz and Trevor Graham both scoring. Some good mojo, some good hits. Bases loaded multiple times for Amityville. And that's the end of the 6th inning.
So on that play, that was a really close play, and you know what, I think Fields may have been in there, but sometimes with the game the way it is, and currently it's 20-2. Sometimes the umpires might say, all right, you know, we're gonna take a close call and we're gonna get out of the inning so we can wrap this game up. Right now we go into the 7th inning. This will be the last inning of this ball game, so the Warriors will have their last licks in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Marco Joseph is out of the game, and coming into pitch is Asher Hassan. Hassan, who had never ever pitched before until the other day, and did a pretty good job. He threw strikes. A few errors were made behind him, but he was able to get the ball over the plate. And Coach Zeiter actually joked around in the pregame ceremony when we were honoring the 7 seniors here today, saying, gee, you know what? He wished he would have tried that earlier because it sounded pretty good. Well, the Warriors would love it if he could look good one more time here in front of their home faithful as the Warriors try to get out of the top half of the 7th and end it with their last licks in the bottom of the inning.
It's good getting all the seniors out there to pitch. 1 million. And we'll see how Asher deals with pitching.
And Coach Zeiter is limited in terms of the arms he has to use, but Hassan is a good choice because they're looking for somebody that can hopefully just throw strikes. That's all they're looking for. Marco Joseph put in a tough spot, came in and got the job done ultimately, but he's having trouble throwing strikes. At this point, you want the game to move along. Joseph actually moves to third base now. He's been all over the place today. He started the season on the injured list. He comes back as the designated hitter. Today he finds himself in right field, then he pitches. Now he's at third base, and Hassan's going to try to finish it up for the Warriors.
As Logan will lead off the game. Wind has died down here on this calm Wednesday evening, and that will be a ball. So you know. And
They're going to say the pitch nicked him.
all right, and that'll be a walk for Sean.
Not the way you want to start again. Baseball, it's the old cliche, but if you walk a guy to start an inning, most times or not, they come around to score.
Ball 1.
Asher Hassan doing something very similar to Marco Joseph. See those inexperienced pitchers that instead of rooting back and firing, and Hassan has instead of rooting back and firing, he's lobbing it in there to try and get it.
And another ball, 3-0.
Nathan has the juice on the iPad.
Strike, 3-1 count for Hassan.
Still there.
That's exactly what you want to see. Get that pitch over the plate.
Pitch, and it's going to walk him to first base as
Damn it.
second.
Oh
This is a
shoot.
dangerous team, Sean. Even with most of their reserves, and they can still hit. We mentioned this before, how consistent Shoreham has been. In the past decade, Shoreham has 5 county championship appearances. Last year, they fell just short, losing to Rocky Point.
And another ball.
In what was deemed a disappointing end to their season, but again, 33 consecutive years in the postseason, and
Has another ball count.
there were high expectations entering this year. They had 6 returning players, and we mentioned how good their hitting is.
No. Yeah.
And it's going to get 2-1 count.
Their defense is also outstanding. In fact, last year, their 6 returning players who were with the squad this year, they had a .951 fielding percentage in 2018.
Hold it! And it's fielded by
Willem Brock.
Brock, who's in first base.
So, almost a little miscommunication between Fields and Willem Brock. Fields, if he makes the call, has the right of way as the second baseman, but Willem Brock came over and made the catch.
Good fielding ability again by Brock. Some contact again.
Yeah.
And Fields dashed short, but he's loaded. Went out.
Because
justified fields. I always used to say, play a baseball game with your uniform's not dirty, you did something wrong.
Rise up. For.
Yeah, let it go, Hood.
And they called that a home run. Bases loaded, grand slam. As it's going to be 24 to 20, to 2. 24 to 2 here at the 7th
We're
inning.
good?
What a grand slam here by Shoreham Wading River.
Their fourth home run over the fence today, and that one I think traveled farther than any of the other ones. And you know that's the danger with throwing slow over the plate to throw strikes, is that when they time it right, you get those 350-foot shots.
This is going to be a ball, 1-0. Somebody's been watching Aaron Judge. There's a pitch, and he's hit and will walk to first.
A lot of hit batters today, but the one saving grace for Shoreham Wading River is that where Shoreham has 4 pitchers that have been clocked in the 80s, mid-80s, Amityville's pitchers don't throw nearly as hard, so this should not be any major setbacks injury-wise for the Wildcats.
And got him swinging, strike 1.
And that's one of the benefits of throwing so slow, in that as a coach you would tell your players to move up in the box, because it's really hard to time that because you expect the pitch to get on you quicker.
And that's a ball, 2-1 count. One out. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a ball, 3-1.
No, it's an Nathan.
Son, one is up. And that's going to walk. That's going to be a strike.
I think you're going to see the strike zone start to expand here a little bit too, as they want to move this game along. 24 to 2.
You can just go.
Warriors
I'll
in
hold it for the rest
deficit.
of the game. I'll hold it.
And the
Yeah,
pitch.
it means it's not going to
That's
go.
going to walk him. Then Thomas advances to second and first. As that will come.
We'll have to see what Coach Sider does here. I don't know if he's going to go to another pitcher, just because he's probably limited in who he has left. But the message is probably just get it over the plate and trust your fielders. At this point, Shoreham's going to be swinging at anything close, and Warriors just need to get 2 more outs to get out of this inning and give themselves a chance for their last hits in front of their home crowd.
A nice moment between all 4 pitchers just now. Joseph, Hassan, Philbrook, and Grant. All 3 of them coming over to the top of the side. Pitch, and that's a strike.
And on behalf of the Amityville baseball team, the Warriors would like to thank the parents, the Board of Education Administration, the Amityville Civic Association, the Amityville PBA, and the Baseball Booster Club for all their support during the season.
It goes through the left of Grand, and the bases are loaded. Another error by Grand.
Grant came up a little bit quickly on that ground ball. The mechanics were good. He wasn't quite square to the baseball as he moved to his right to try and field it. There's an old expression I've heard in baseball: just be quick, but don't hurry. And I'm sure double play was on his mind. May have rushed just a little bit.
It's on the pitch, and that would be the strike. And it's going to be a ball.
Okay.
What? And it's going to be another ball, 2-1.
Luca Romano, the hitter, you see him gearing up and triggering to hit that. You have to be patient with balls coming in that slow.
And it's going to even up the count to 2 as inside that cage has become a dangerous place for captains, players, and umpires. Winds up, delivers the pitch, and it's going to be a full count, 1-2.
This is why fastball changeup is still the best combination in baseball. You can change speeds, even if you don't get movement on your pitches, you can throw hitters off. And the slow pitches keep you short off balance. It's going to be a walk.
As a low score, it's going to be 25.
I like what Hassan's doing. He's on the mound, he's ready to go, he's trying to get into a rhythm here.
Here's the pitch, and they're going to call that a foul.
I'll call it a foul.
Look it up, and that will be a ball.
Hassan looking like he's trying to aim the ball a little bit, which is something they tell you not to do. Again, no fault of his own, just inexperienced. He should just rear back and fire. He's got a good arm. Let's see what he can do.
Here's the pitch. Still high. 2 count.
As a senior, he has to be having some fun out there, though. Getting one more opportunity on the mound, something he never thought he'd be doing just a couple days ago.
And that's 3-1.
I really would have to imagine that strike zone's going to start expanding.
Pitch. Straight. 1-2 count. So I'm looking to get a strikeout. Delivers the pitch. And that's going to be a foul. Some good distance on that.
And that's what happens, again, when you're throwing very slowly. The hitter was way out in front of that pitch. Drove it pretty strongly, but well, foul.
There's the pitch. Just a little down. And Grant makes this one, tackling cash.
Oh.
And the play is not effective.
No error on the play as Graham made a tremendous leaping over the shoulder grab. And I have to say, even though he's had a few miscues today in the field, he's been strong. He's really been helpful on both sides of the baseball. The Warriors almost turned the double play, but now they have a chance to get out of it without more damage.
2 outs.
How are you? Good. Listen, get to the outside.
And a nice drive up the middle. And a single as RBS single as North comes to score. It's going to be 26-2.
Hassan right back on the mound though. He's ready to go. The crowd is thinned out significantly here. Probably a combination of the score and the chilliness of the afternoon. Hassan trying to get the job done though in front of who's left.
That's going to be a very low ball. Just there we go. So I'm looking to end out the inning. Right out the strike. Jump.
The wind has died down a bit, but the temperature continues to drop. Sweatshirts have gone on all the players who are sitting on the bench.
So, pitch. And it goes straight to the field as Reyes makes the catch.
So the inning continues, but you know what? They're hitting the ball, and that's what you want. You're giving your fielders a chance. That's a good piece of hitting. That's a solid line drive off the end of the bat. It wasn't hit too hard. But Hassan, again, I love his pace. Right back to work.
27-2 is the pitch. And this one's
And Patrick Abate, despite the score and where we are in the game, he's on his hands and knees blocking the baseball, giving up his body.
Pitch. Nice strike. Alright. And there's the pitch. Goes up. Trevor Grant gets the catch. And that will be the end of the inning as he gets the shot field to second base. It's Amityville Senior night here for the Warriors baseball team. We have a runaway game for sure, but we wouldn't be able to tell that if you look at the Warriors' faces. 27-2, Shoreham leads. 4 pitchers out for Amityville. We've had great flashes of awesomeness from Derek Willard. Some potential, some looks into the future and potential for Jaden Ciano and Marco Joseph and Hassan and Asher Hassan have both pitched the last couple innings, and they look good. And the Amityville team's in high spirits. You see something around from the coach and his fielders. But Amityville will go into this last inning, hoping to get some last licks, some last score in their final at-bat of the season for certain players in their home fields.
Yeah, this is a special moment, even though the game is really out of hand. Not too many people left here, but whoever gets an opportunity, especially the seniors, to bat one more time on this field, it's a special moment. And you know that they would like nothing more than to try to get on base one final time. Shoreham, on the other hand, they just want this to be done. They want to get on the warm bus, head back to Shoreham Wading River, gear up for the next game, and continue to set themselves up. This is a team with very high expectations this year, and they hope to go far. I think if you would ask their Coach Willie if anything short of a county championship would be acceptable, his answer would most likely be no.
All right, for the second ranked team,
Everett Ware comes in to pitch for Shoreham Wading Rivers. He's going to come in and finish up the job. A senior, 6'2", 175 pound frame.
Oh.
Marco Joseph comes taking his last at bat in his career.
Most of the reserves in for Shoreham at this point. Let's see if Amityville can take advantage of that. Joseph goes up with a smile on his face. His coach has a smile also. Joseph's been all over the place today. He's really played an important role. We mentioned right field pitcher, third base, and on the day, he has a strikeout and a ground out to first base. A base hit here would really put a cap on what's been a nice career for him in a Warriors jersey.
Definitely will.
That's JV.
Quick mound meeting as the new pitcher enters the ball game. Bowles still behind the plate, so you have the veteran catcher there. Been there all day long. People have been taking that pitch, but the umpire's been very consistent, just below the knees, calling that strike.
Jesus.
All right, Marco, let's go balance, buddy. Come on.
And he gets contact, and that will be us
God.
out.
All right, D-Rock.
Good contact.
And we're talking both. Grounder to second, field towards the first, in-time, one away. Okay. You have to, you can't leave the
Latino,
second.
Derry, Latino! Yeah! On the fence, on the fence, on the fence.
His pitch, and that's going to be a strike.
Latino, Derek, Latino. Yeah, what do you say now? Hey, everybody up, Brett, everybody up. Let's go. Let's go, Sue. What do you say now, Derek? Latino, what's
Derek
up?
Louisville, his last at bat. It's going to be a ball.
Whole Warriors team is up against the fence right now, cheering on their senior co-captain. Willenbrock started this game, had some problems with control, but overall did pretty well, especially when he started throwing strikes. Got out of some huge jams in the first and third inning.
And that's going to be another ball. Single count.
I think this is a warm-up for Everett Ware, but you can see he's definitely throwing in the 80s. He's got some pop, probably one of the harder throwers Amityville's seen all year.
And that's a 2-2 count.
Willenbrock's going to have to stand in the back of the batter's box and look fastball, speed his bat up, but that breaking ball could throw him off.
And got him looking. That's out.
3 strikeouts on the day for Willenbrock in his final game here. But Ware was throwing heat, and I think that has to be the mindset down here. You have to go up there, look for the fastball, adjust to the breaking ball. You have to go up there swinging and expect that he's going to be around the zone. Get the bat out in front as early as you can.
And here is in the bat. This will be a ball. That will be Juan Reyes at bat.
Another senior.
And got a swing.
And you can see again, the Warriors are late on the pitch. They're having a hard time catching up. I think they need to try to time this. You know, speed is not the end of the world. It's changing speeds. Time the fastball and put contact.
And got a swing again.
And Reyes looks overmatched up there right now. He just needs to drop the bat of the head of the bat on the baseball.
And that will do it. Bryson not swinging. And Bluefield.
Let's go 27.
And Sherman gets out with the victory 27-2. Senior has been great. Senior has been great.
What?
Jennings, we made it. I didn't think we were going to make it, but we're okay.
It has been a great game for Sean.
Haley's young.
A great game for Amityville. They put some points on the board. They got their heads up, and they put some runs up on the board, and they really put their heads up. And Sean Bay River King escaped here, seeing those smiles on Amityville's faces, knowing that they just played a good scrappy team.
A great team. They really did. And you know what? I like what you said. Kudos to the Warriors. They held their heads high. They played hard to the very end. They're smiling, congratulating each other. They're excited going over to Coach Willie right now, shaking his hand, I'm sure, wishing them luck as they move forward in their season. But for the Warriors, it's senior day and it's come to a close. It was nice to see a few seniors get a final at bat there in the bottom of the 7th inning. But the Warriors, they fall to 0-19 on the season, 0-14 in league play, where Shoreham improves to 14-4, 10-4 in league play as they continue to try to chase Miller Place to get that top seed in the division. But it's time to focus on the Warriors and sum up their season. I think it's been one of classy players working hard and playing for each other.
Yes, it has. And these seniors have definitely shown their prime example of and baseball and